Good afternoon, good evening. It is Sunday afternoon. It is 2 p.m. on the West Coast, 5 p.m. on the East Coast. It is Super Bowl Sunday. It is the 7th of February, and I am Pearl Manhattan. Today we're talking about arts and crafts, express yourself, healing through art, and we are going to be making some Valentine's goodies. DEM Beats Production. Hello. Oh, it has been a hot minute. DEM, David, I believe it is. So good to see you here. Today's my Arts and Crafts Day. Yeah, real good to see you. This is our Arts and Crafts Day on Wednesdays at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. I do songwriting. Paul Engel, hello, welcome in. So good to see you. I do live songwriting. This month I am celebrating February Album Writing Month. So come back on Wednesday for music, DM. But you're welcome to stay today for the arts and crafts for sure. And Paul, you too. And then on Fridays I do Autism Chat. Let's chat about autism. It's a safe space for any and everyone to come. Whether you are a caregiver to someone with autism, a parent of someone who has been diagnosed with autism, or just a concerned community member who knows a family who's been affected by autism and wants to learn about it and know what you can do to help. There are no dumb questions, no stupid questions. No one is going to make you feel foolish or silly. It's a safe space to talk about autism and how you can help folks who are affected by autism. Anyway, on to today. If you're watching the replay, I thank you very much. I love my replay viewers. Leave me a comment down below. It says Replay Squad, and I will respond to it. I love responding to all of my comments. That's how I interact with my community. There are so many people live streaming today, and so there's no way anybody can catch every live stream. I go live because I hate editing and I'd rather just turn on the camera, go, and put it up there for everyone to see. That's my authenticity. So don't be dismayed if you didn't catch me live. You'll catch me live. You won't. Speaking of all the people going live, right down there in the corner, right now, it's my sponsor banner saying if you'd like to sponsor one of my live streams, we can talk about that. I'm always willing to give people shout outs and things like that. But right now it says The Live Place, and that's what I want to talk about next. TheLivePlace.com is your YouTube live stream guide. If you enjoy watching live streams on YouTube and you're tired of getting caught seeing inappropriate content or stuff you just don't want to see, you need to check out theliveplace.com. They have over 120 live streams a week on topics of theme parks, RV and travel, cruises, cooking, arts and crafts, music. My music live stream is listed on theliveplace.com as well as this stream. Dean does a wonderful job of curating these live streams, and you can find pretty much any topic you want, and it's family friendly in that there's not going to be a bunch of foul language, there's not going to be a bunch of adult situations, there's not going to be things that you have to wear headphones to watch. You can watch them in front of your kids, in front of your grandma, in front of anybody, your preacher. You can watch them in front of anybody and you're not going to feel embarrassed or ashamed. I love theliveplace.com. I love everything that Dean is doing. Today we've got quite a few people going live for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl Sunday. I don't have a dog in this fight, but a good friend of mine, Myers and the Mouse, who are also listed on theliveplace.com. They are Kansas City fans, so is BDF. The BFD. He's a Kansas City fan, so I'm supporting all my Kansas City fans today. Although Tampa Bay, good team. I just want to see some good football. good calls, good plays, good action. I just want a good football game. And may the team who plays the best win. That's the way it should be. And the team that plays second best doesn't win. But let's see them both play at their best. I'm especially happy that there's older quarterbacks and people older than, little youngins. I happened to catch a college game the other day, and they all looked so young. Or maybe I'm just getting old. Who knows? But anyway, today we are going to make a little thing for Valentine's Day. Finished product. This is one I made earlier. Let me switch over here to my arts and crafts stream. We're going to make, we're going to repurpose a little caddy, fortune cookie caddy, and I'll tell you where I got this. And then we're going to make some little fortune cookies with some little fortunes inside. Okay? Now, to start with, we have a restaurant supply place up here. It used to be called Cash and Carry. Now it's called Restaurant Supply or something like that. But you can get all of these takeout containers. You can buy food in bulk. You can buy cleaning supplies, but it's mainly for restaurants and things like that. And I bought a sleeve of these containers because I like to use them for leftovers. If I'm sending food to someone, like my college kid, after the holidays, I loaded these up for her and sent them over to her because they couldn't come over and visit me. But anyway, we're starting with one of these containers. And we'll decorate the container first, and then we'll get into making the fortune cookies. The first thing I did, because I didn't want it to close. If you want your container to close, if you are sending this in the mail or something, you can leave it just like this. I like to leave mine open, so what I did, I folded all these flaps down like this. Okay? And then I took, this is my Dollar Tree double-sided tape. Remember, can't buy it on sale or at the Dollar Tree. You probably don't need it. This is the Crafter Square double-sided tape from Dollar Tree. Not a sponsor, but hey, Dollar Tree, I'm looking for sponsors. And I run my double-sided tape just a little line around each part of the lid. Like that. And this is a craft you can do with your kids. You can do it. I have arthritis in my hands and limited use in my hands, and I still do it. If you don't want to use double-sided tape, you can use glue. You can use hot glue. You can use any kind of sticky, something to stick it down. Now, I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to cut straight across right next to my tape. And I'm just going to cut the rest of these flaps off like this. There we go. Now you see what we've got there. I've just cut these off. You can save them to use later. You can throw them away, whatever. And then I'm going to take my little sharp picky tool, go in here and pull this backing off of this double-sided tape. I use this double-sided tape for everything. I started using it to wrap Christmas presents and gifts. They do come in handy. They do. These containers are wonderful. And you can get them in all different sizes. You don't have to buy the big size like I did. You can buy the little bitty ones, like hold sauce and stuff. So we've got the sticky exposed. I'm just going to fold this over on the crease that's already there. And it just makes a nice soft edge and a straight edge. Like that. And there we go. And we've got our little container. Now, you don't have to use this for the fortune cookies. You can use this for anything. I have a couple of these. I use them for pens. I use them for plastic silverware. If I'm, when I used to have people over for dinner, you can use it for office supplies. You use it for anything you want. It's a nice, sturdy little container, and it is waterproof. It's got a little waxy coating on it. It is microwave safe, just in case. But there you go. Now we've got that. The next thing I want to do is decorate it. So, whoops, I'm throwing things all over the floor over here. I'm using these, again, Dollar Tree, jewel border stickers. And what these look like is this. I've used some of these, but I'm going to use these. I like they're pearl and sparkly. Of course, you know, I'm pro Manhattan, so I got to have the pearls. And the best part about this is they are already sticky. They got sticky stuff on the back. And you don't have to measure with your micrometer. You just use the lines that are already on the container. So line it up. We're just going to bling it up a little bit. Whoops. And you know what? I want a little crooked. Let's see. Because the waxy coating on these, you can, if you don't press it down hard, you can always lift it back up. And so, let's see, I'm going to use up some of these little strips that I got. Let's do it this way. Whoops. Went off course a little bit. Pardon me. I've got my winter allergies happening. Oops, that's a little off course too. Let's carefully pull that up and re-stick it. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Everybody got your coffee today? Pardon me. This isolation, I don't talk much, so when I start talking, I start coughing. Oh, excuse me. Alright, and then I thought I'd go around the bottom. I may not have enough to do this, but we'll do what we can. I'll just stick it down and roll it around the bottom there. And around we go. Yep, I'm running low on this, but you know what? It's okay. Because it's made with love, so I can wing it. And honestly, unless you see me make it, you're really not going to pay that much attention to it. Okay? Stick down there. And then I thought this would be fun. Also from the Dollar Tree, I bought some of these little stickers. This was a 2-pack. These are little glittery, kissy lips. And these are red, kind of, there we go. See, that's the reflective stuff. So I've already got a bag of these open, and I'm going to take and peel the little peel and stick off the back and stick some of these around on my container. Look at that. Just bling it up. Just make it happy. I'm making one for myself. That's who I'm doing my Valentines for this year, is just me. I think a lot of people will be doing that because of quarantines and such. Sometimes for our own self-care, we need to stop and tell ourselves, thank you and enjoy. You got to enjoy what you're doing no matter what it is. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then why are you doing it? Good golly. And don't forget, next month, we're starting our book discussion on the Now Habit. I'll talk more about that on Wednesdays, because I'm going to do it during my music show, because I find that's where I procrastinate the most, is my music. I feel like, I can't make music because I haven't done my chores. I can't make music because of this and that. And the Now Habit is all about getting over procrastination, So, there we go. And I could cover this in the stickers if I wanted, but I want to get on to making these cute little fortune cookies. Paper fortune cookies. Now, I was going to show you another thing. These are some stickers that I had from, I think I got these at Joann. But you can use any kind of stickers you want. These are little flowers and leaves and ferns and butterflies. I also, if you wanted to do this for a young girl, I got this thing of stickers. I think I got it from the Dollar Tree. No, this was $2.99. I think I bought it in the grocery store. But here's all your princess stickers. Any kind of stickers. You just put anything you want, Make it for the person you're making it for, even if it's yourself. Do it in the theme you want. So, the next thing I have to make these fortune cookies. I've got some scraps of paper left over from other projects. I have some of these little 6x6 pads. This one I got at Tuesday Morning for $2.99. These, if you dig around, they have a $1 rack or a $2 rack. These were $2.49 at Joann's. And these are little 6x6 papers. Here's some more scraps. And then I also had just a regular sheet of thin cardstock. So I am going to start. I liked the red and white theme, and that's what I made this one out of. So let's go ahead and make one out of the red and white theme. On the back, I took my double-sided tape, because that's what I had handy. I put it down and I traced my circle with my pencil and made a circle. There we go. And then you take the scissors and cut out your piece of paper. And you don't have to be perfect at this. Just do the best you can. If you have a die cutting machine and you'd rather cut it out with a die cutting machine or a Cricut machine or whatever you got, sometimes I just like to keep it simple. And if you notice, my edge is not the most perfect. It's not the most perfect circle, but it will work. And then while you're cutting, you want to cut an extra little piece of paper. About that long. And you can angle the edges, you can cut the edges flat, however you want to do this. I'm going to make it a little more narrow just because it doesn't have to be perfect. But there you go. And you want it, just about as wide as your circle. And it's got your pattern on one side, it's got white on the other side. Okay, take your cuttings away. This is the fun part. You cannot be a perfectionist and try and do this, because this is not going to be perfect and beautiful. These are little pop dots, adhesive pop dots. I got them from the Dollar Tree. You see it's a little dot, and it's got a little foam in the middle, and it's sticky on both sides, but it has a cover on this side. Now I'm going to set it on the edge of one part of my circle, push it down good, flip that little piece of paper off. Now, we're not folding it, we're rolling it over. We don't want to fold this edge, we want this edge to be rolled, and we're just going, whoops, almost forgot the most important part. Got my piece of paper here. I just have a red fine tip marker, and let's say this one, I want it to say, "You are loved." Now, you're saying to me, well, I don't know what to write in these things. Well, you don't have to write into them. If you go to, I went to Pinterest, but you can go to Google and type in fortune cookie quotes, and here you go. You get all kinds of different pages. Look, here's even the instructions on how to make the paper fortune cookies. But you can go and get these and print them out on your printer and cut them out with a piece of scissors, with a pair of scissors. You know, you don't have to come up. I just happen to know what I want to hear, so I wrote my own message. And that was, "You are loved." And I'm going to just lay that in the middle. And remember, we're not folding this. We're just going to touch those outside edges together. And make sure our fortune is inside. Okay, let me hold it up so you can see. See how it's not creased. We don't want that creased. Now this is the part where it's not going to come out perfect. At least I haven't got it to come out. Maybe you'll get it to come out perfect. You want your thumb and your middle finger on the edges, and you're going to hold it here like this. You're going to put your finger right there and push. You push the center in and you pull those edges down. Did you see how I did that? I'm going to make a couple more, so if you didn't get it that time, but you push in the middle and push those edges down. Now, you can leave it like that if you want. I personally like to take a little sticky dot and stick it right in the middle there where the crease is. You probably can't see it. It looks like another polka dot, but right there I've got my little sticky dot, and you can use glue. You can use, and I'll make one using glue to show you how I do it with that. I tried it with double stick tape. It just gets cumbersome. These little glue dots are better than the double stick tape because they're smaller. And then I'm just going to take and pinch that together a little bit so that glue dot gets a hold. You can always take your little pokey tool and kind of push it inside the cookie. And it's going to stick that together. And there's your little fortune cookie. Now this one, the edge kind of rolled on me. I'm going to roll it back. But they're tiny, so let's see if I can get that to stick in there. Doo-dee-doo. Ow, I just poked myself with my pokey tool. That wasn't fun. Ouch. All right. And then we have fortune cookie. Now I'll show you one I'm going to make with, let's find some other pretty paper that we like. This is one of my $2.49 pads from Park Lane from Joanne Crafts. It's a 6x6 paper pad, and honestly I haven't even opened this one yet, so I have no idea what paper is in it. Well, I kind of do from the front, but oh, these are fun to open, aren't they? Here we go. Oh, isn't that pretty? It's got little birds and flowers, but I kind of want to stick with my reds. So let's see. Oh, this one's a pretty little red one. And it kind of matches the container. So let's go ahead, we'll pull this one out. We can make two cookies out of one 6x6 sheet of paper. So I'll take my pencil, get a little more lead here, make a circle, and I'll go ahead and show you what I did with cutting the fortune out. All I did was cut a little strip out of the extra. And I'm not even measuring this, guys. I'm just eyeballing it. If you are someone who likes to measure things or has to measure things or whatever, then be my guest. But this is how I'm going to do this. Alright, I've got those two little corner pieces which I can save for another project. There's my strips. I'll go ahead and trim those up a little bit. Yeah. I'm just going to cut them straight across. Cut them straight across. The straps are too small, throw them away. And then here we go. Round and around. Yeah, I'm really not sure who's going to win that Super Bowl today. Like I said, I just want a good game. I like it when the players are fired up and they play well and they don't do stupid things and get in fights and stuff like that. That's just ridiculous. Alright, I got my circles. And I got my strips, and I'm going to go ahead and write on my strips real quick. There's my red pen. This one is, let's just stick with "You Are Loved" right now, because it's easy. And if you are lucky enough to work in a workplace with a desk where people pass by, you can always make up one of these and fill it with the fortune cookies, and as people come by on Valentine's Day, you can offer them out. Now, I told you this time I'm going to use my glue. This is my Crafter Square liquid adhesive from Dollar Tree. This is an older bottle with a different label. Here's what the newer labels look like. Liquid adhesive. I like this because originally it's meant for attaching faux jewels to, I just happen to have a faux jewel over here underneath my coffee cup. These faux jewels with the metal backings, see how it's got a mirrored backing? It's meant for attaching these to fabric. So from a non-porous to a porous. So on porous things it works really, really well. And I'm just going to put just a little bit because I don't want it to squish out. Just a little bitty drop. It's just a tiny little drop. Okay? And I store my glue upside down in my pencil rack that I showed y'all in my top 10 Dollar Tree things. And then I'm just going to fold it over, and this is your tip of the day. Remember I had clothespins on my Dollar Tree top 10? This is why. Now I don't have to hold this. Now I can go on to my next one. It just speeds up the process. It's a nice, easy, small, inexpensive clamp you can use. There's my little bitty drop of glue. And I'm going to roll this one over too. and put my clothespin on it and let it dry. And wave it around, blow on it. That should be long enough. And it's stuck. Look at that. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. Hold it this way, middle finger, thumb, and push my finger right in the center, and I'm pulling down, pulling this way with my thumb and forefinger, and I'm stretching out my finger in the middle there. And there we go. And it's folded in half. You got a little Pac-Man. Waka, 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 waka. It looks like a Pac-Man. Not from the top, it doesn't. See? Oops, I forgot to put this in there. So let's slide that in there. Let's unfold it. Good thing I didn't glue it. Let's unfold it, and we'll slide our little fortune in there. Whoops. And then I'm going to take my glue again. Oh, it's all going to fall apart. Ha ha, look at that. See? It's not perfect. I'm not perfect. I love it when things don't go exactly as they should when I'm live, because that lets you know that even if you're having a rough time with it. Hey Rachel, hello beautiful, how are you? We are making fortune cookies to put in our little fortune cookie container. Rachel, meet David, DEM Beats. He is a longtime music friend of mine. We go back. Now, let me show you what I'm doing here, because you can't really clip this clothespin on this like this, but you can take the back side and kind of work it in the little holes like that. And it's going to let it dry. We're going to let it dry like that. We're going to take our little fortune, stick it inside, grab this one, pull down with your thumb and first finger while you're rolling up. We're gonna put a little glue in there, just a tiny bit. You can use hot glue for this too. Be careful, hot glue is hot. Hot glue is hot, so be careful, but hot glue will bond it very quickly. Let me work that clothespin in there like that. And there we go. I'm blowing on it a little bit and pull my clothespin off. And there we go. Those are our fortune cookies. Aren't those cool? And you can do them out of anything. Let's make a blingy fortune cookie. I haven't tried it with this kind of paper. I found that you don't want real thick paper like cardboard, but you don't want real thin paper like computer paper. The thinner the paper, the more it collapses. The thicker the paper, the harder it is to do with it. So, and this is a fairly thick paper. And I'm just going to use this end for my fortune. There we go. And then and these are fun. You can just sit and do them all day. Like I said, if you got kids, they're fun to do with kids because the kids can do them. And yeah, I'm going to go back to my Pop-It dots because I like my little dots here to do this with. Stick my Pop-It dot down, pull the backing off, and then, yeah, I know a lot of my crew my regular crew, they're busy today. What with Super Bowl, there are mods in other streams like Resort TV 1 is live. I know, and a lot of other people are live. But here we go. Okay, we're gonna do. Whoops, I didn't do my fortune. Let's use something else at the Dollar Tree. I got these metallic markers at the Dollar Tree. I got them in silver, white, and bronze and gold. I'm going to use the silver for this because I think the tip is better than my gold one. Yeah. And so on the silver, let's write everything bling. With my little silver pen. There we go. Everything bling. You gotta have the bling. If you don't have the bling, what is life? So, and I'm just gonna put that in the middle. Now then, let's hold that pop dot, fold it in half, and then let's get our other pop dot and put it in that crease. Sticky. Fold it in half. Work our fingers up in there to kind of make that pop dot stick a little bit. Like I said, you can take a pen or something up in there, make it stick a little better. Even pinch it. You can pinch it. It's not going to hurt it because that's already creased. So give it a little pinch. And there we go. Another fortune cookie. And there we go. We got our fortune cookies. Isn't that just fun? And aren't they cute? Oops. This one's the one with the pop dot. And it's not sticking. Maybe the pop dots aren't great. There we go. Now it's kind of sticky. But you could sit here and fill up this whole container. This is the other container I made. It's got a different kind of bling on it. But, yeah, and this whole sleeve of containers might have cost me $5. So we're talking crafting on the lowdown cheap. You can also use ribbon to decorate these. We could put a little bow on the front, whatever you want to do. But there we go. Those are fortune cookies. You can give them away. You can keep them for yourself. You can use them for decoration. Here we go. Aren't those cute? You could even use a contrasting paper to put your fortune in there. And there we go. That's what I have for you today with the crafting. Let me get back to this other screen. Next week on our crafting show, we are going to talk about all things Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is not some wild drunken brawl where people are taking their clothes off. Mardi Gras can be a very family-friendly thing. It's been a tradition in my family, a very family-friendly version of it. It is the Tuesday, if you are in the Christian faith and you are in a liturgical tradition. Mardi Gras is the day before Ash Wednesday, and Ash Wednesday begins Lent. All right, Paul, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate that, dear. And Lent is to commemorate the 40 days that Jesus walked through the desert. For me, I take it on a more spiritual meaning. Mardi Gras for me is a celebration of life and prosperity and blessings and community and family. It's a big party. Music and laughter and love. And then Ash Wednesday begins my Lent, which for me is a period of mindfulness and contemplation, self-exploration, If there's a habit I want to change, I use the 40 days of Lent to change that habit. Such as I'm going to stop eating chocolate, or I'm going to start eating broccoli, or something like. It can be simple like that. It can be something big, major life change. It is the last hurrah before Lent, and hello, Liesl Selma. So great to have you here. You missed it. We made. Let me show you, because I gotta show you. We made these containers out of takeout food containers that I got from the restaurant supply, and then we made some lovely little fortune cookies with fortunes inside. Here's one that's very blingy. I made some polka dotty ones, and yeah. So we made these. But Lent is, Mardi Gras is the last hurrah. That's when you use up all the things all the sugar and all the things in your pantry that you are giving up for Lent to lead a simpler, quieter, more introspective life for the 40 days. Oh, okay. Yeah, so next Sunday we'll be talking about Mardi Gras, and we'll be making some Mardi Gras decorations and talking about some Mardi Gras traditions that have been in my family, and the way we've celebrated Mardi Gras and things like that. So, because we'll be getting ready on the 16th for Mardi Gras. And then we'll be doing a lot of introspective and self-care crafting after that. Wednesdays this month, like I said at the beginning, Wednesdays this month, 12 noon East Coast, 9 a.m. West Coast. I will be live writing, live composing. Last week we wrote a song called It's Coffee Time, and I included a lot of people from the chat. The joke is that I crowdsourced my song. I'm writing this for February album writing month, 14 songs in 28 days. I'm behind. I got to get caught up on that. If you're interested in more information about February album writing month, I'll put a link down in the chat. The org is important. Do not go to any other website, fom.org, because the other ones are not so nice, and I don't want to send you there. So it's crazy having the song challenge on a website that takes 15 minutes to explain why you need to type org at the end. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then on Fridays we are talking about autism, chatting about autism. I don't have, here it is, got my little cheat sheet for my schedule. And this Friday we will be talking about research in autism and interventions, treatments, if you will. I don't like the words treatment because it implies that there's a cure. And sadly, there is not a cure for autism because we don't know what causes it yet. But we'll be talking about research and intervention. Yeah, I hope you'll join me for that. Again, check out theliveplace.com, your one-stop shop for all things live streaming on YouTube, family friendly, a great place to be. Lots of great people on there. Coming up at, what is it? 6:30 my time, I think, whenever the Super Bowl starts. My friend Pete McDevitt has he does like a kind of like a tailgate party where he calls the game, he watches the game and calls it, and we all sit around and talk about the game and football and things like that. We call it the watch party. Please be sure to join in if that's your kind of thing. You will enjoy it. I thank you all for being here today. For those of you with the inclement weather and the horrible snow, I hope you're staying warm and happy. Peace and blessings to you, to all you love, and to all who love you. Find your passion, grab a hold of it. Do not let it go, and don't let anybody talk you out of it. Remember, self-care is the most selfless act you can do. We got to take care of ourselves. Remember, on the airplanes, the announcement says, put on your own oxygen mask before you help anybody else put on theirs. Put your own oxygen mask on this week, and do a lot of self-care. Take care of yourself. We are coming out of this crisis that we've all been locked down for a year, but that doesn't mean it's over. It just means we've had a renewed interest in moving through it. So let's keep going. Love one another. Love yourself. Come back and see me on Wednesday. Blessings.